I have this donkey setup here on my projector that is connected to a PC, and the PC has a Ubuntu OS on it, and I'm just going to do a demonstration here. This is part of a 3 series video I'm doing in order to add it to my profile. In this first demonstration, I'm just going to illustrate on how to assign IP addresses to routers, and then in the next video, in the second video, I'll illustrate how to set up OSPF routing protocol on this topology over there. And then on my third video, I will do route summarization to summarize the routes. Basically, what this topology is that it is a how do you call it? It's a 12 router topology that I have designed, and the aim of the topology is to demonstrate area border routing to show how you can basically do routing that have multiple areas on it. So in this particular demonstration, I am going to have these top routers here will be on a separate area. These 4 routers in the middle, they will be area border routers, and these 6 routers underneath, they will be in area 1 and 2. This will be area 1 and this will be area 2. Just I can summarize the efficiency, I can demonstrate the effectiveness of summarization. So let's just go ahead and assign IP address to this router here. And the first router is on the .10 subnet, and all of them are distinct /24 addresses. So I'm gonna go to the config mode, and I'm gonna check the interfaces that the router is connected. This is router 11, so it's connected on 2/2 here, and it's connected on 2/1 here, and it's connected on 2/0 here. So we just go back to the router here, and you do interface, serial interface here. 2/0, and on the 2/0 it is connected on 10.0.10 address. So we would say 10.0.10.1, sorry, to be 10.0.1. we have to give the IP address command here, so the router will know what we are doing. So we would assign it subnet mask to match with the slash value, which is the subnet mark of /24 address, which is 255.255.255.2.0. And then the next subnet is interface serial 2/1. And if we look at that interface, we would see that it's on 10.0.20. So we will say 10.0.20.1, and then we'll assign it to subnet mask. error here. Oh, sorry, we did not put a dot here. A dot will suffice. And the last interface is serial interface S2/2, and that address is 10.0.0.1. It is also a /24 subnet. So that's it. We've assigned IP address to the first node. So we end, and we would do a show IP int brief here, and it will give us all the interfaces that we've assigned IP address to. Unfortunately, we missed one of the interfaces. Yeah, we missed the serial interface 2/1. So let's go back to that interface a bit and configure it. That is S2/1. So we're gonna assign it IP address. I already know that the IP address is 10.0.20.1, and it is also a /24 subnet mask. So that's it. I think that this time if we end and we do a show IP interface brief, we should see all IP addresses on there. And another thing we forgot to do is that we forgot to do a no shot on the interfaces to turn them on. I think it is appropriate that I go back in and do it at once. So I have to go into the global configuration mode. So that we don't have to come back and do it all over again. Let's go to the other interfaces. Do a new shot on there. And then go on the next interface too. And do a new shot. Okay, so now we can end it, and we can do show IP interface brief, and there we go. So we've assigned IP address to this first node. Let's assign an IP address to this node here. Let's try and find out the interface that it's connected to. And one thing to bear in mind in assigning IP address is that facing interfaces that are facing each other must be in the same subnet. In other words, this interface here and this interface must be in these subnets for them to route. If they are in a different subnet, they will not route. So this interface, this node here, for this node here and this interface, I assign it 10.10.10.0 and then 10.10.10.0.10.1, and for this particular interface here, I'm assigning it 10.10.0.2 because 10.0.10.2, so that they will be in the same kind of like interface. So we go back on the router. Let's check on the interfaces and see it is connected to this interface here on, that is router 10, so that will be serial port 3/2, and it is connected here on serial port 3/0, and it is connected here on 3/1. So it's 3/0, 3/1, and 3/2. So when you go back to the router, you go on the app interface first. So interface serial, you shorten it for S, 3/2, since it is the app interface. So you assign it IP address. You say it is 10.0.10.2, and it is /24. So you assign subnet mask, and you do a no shot so that you don't have to come back and do it like we did before. And then you go to the other interface, serial interface S 3/0, and that one I believe is on a class B address, which is 172.16.10.0. So the IP address for that interface will be 172.16.10.1, and it's also a /24. So the class is a /24, so you have 255.255.5 as the subnet mask. And then you go to the third one, which is serial interface 3/1, and then you assign it IP address. I think that address is 172.16.20.1, and it's also a /24, sorry. So just do a no shot on that interface. I believe we forgot to do a no shot on this particular interface here, the one. So I'm gonna copy this configuration here and then come and paste it here, so we can go back to the interface and do a no shot. And we can just do a no shot on that interface as well. There you go. We've configured IP address on that particular interface as well. So let's do it for this interface. Let's check and see if we've done the right thing first. It's router 10, yeah. So let's exit, or let's end, and do a show IP interface brief and see what happens. You can see that all the addresses have been configured, and one of the interface is up and the two are down. And the reason they are down is because the connecting interfaces are down. So if the connecting interfaces are down, the router will be down. Let's go to this interface here and configure the same thing. Okay, this is router 11, no, router 9. That's 5/2. 5/1 and 5/0. So interface 5/2 first. Oh, forgot to do. to do the S in front of it. We assign the IP address here. The node that it is connected to is on 20. So we would say 10.0.20.2. It's a /24. Oops, typing too fast. What's going on here? 2.0. Let's do a no shot. And then let's do the other interfaces. I believe the other one is serial interface S5/0, and that has an address of 172.16.40. So we do 172.16.40.1. It's a /24. So you assign that accordingly. You do a no shot so that the router does not shut down. And then you go to the next interface, which is interface S5/1. You assign it IP address. Check to see here. It is connected to 172.30.0. 16.30.1 is a /24. You do a no shot on that interface. And yeah, that the router has been configured with IP addresses. So you just end, and then you do a show IP routes. And let's see the route here. Oh, sorry, show IP interface brief to show us the interface. The interface is in brief, so we can see whether the IP addresses are properly configured. And yes, they are properly configured with IP addresses. So we can exit, we can X out of this, and then we do these 3 routers that are downstairs. I think those are the last routers. This is the last router I'll be doing, and you get the idea. It's just going to the interface and assigning IP address and doing a no shot, and ensuring that the interfaces facing each other have the same IP address as I have demonstrated. So let me do the last one here, and let's check and see which interfaces. Okay, this is router 1, so it is connected to router 10 on interface 2/1. So we just go on that. We are already in the global config mode, so we do interface S2/1. We assign it IP address, and I just happen to know that the IP address, the IP address for that router is on 172.16.10, and we'll assign that a 2 because the adjacent interface is 1, and then it is a /24 address. So .0. You do a no shot on the interface to bring the link up, and then you end. You do a show IP interface brief, and you can see that the IP address is assigned and the link is up. The link is up because both the connecting link and the link itself is up. Anyways, this concludes my video on assigning IP addresses to routers, and on my next video I would configure OSPF routing protocol on this topology here. And as stated earlier on, the routing OSPF would have 3 areas. This will be area 0. This will be an inter-area route. This will be area 1, and this here will be area 2. That concludes my video, and thank you very much for watching. My name is Abdul Sidibe.